Hi guys, it's Kales, and I'm coming at you with a review of Sara Ella's Unblemished. The lovely Sara Ella over at her booktube channel, Sara Ella, has written a book. Guys, I feel like I've been through this process with her of when she announced that her book was getting published, and then she was editing and taking pictures of it, and now I have an arc in my hand and I've read it and it's amazing, and it just, it's so good. Unblemished centers around this girl named Eliana. Eliana is from New York City, lives with her mom, and has this boyfriend, Josh, kind of boyfriend. She likes him a lot, but they haven't really done anything, and she's trying to make her intentions known. All of a sudden, her mother tragically dies, and she's at her mother's funeral, and some weird things start happening. This other guy, Mikaley, comes into the picture, and all of a sudden, she starts getting hunted by this other guy named Kai, and she's like, what is going on? Well, come to find out, Elle's mother is not dead. And she and Elle are actually from what is called a different reflection. There's 7 reflections in this world, and you pass through them by going through different bodies of water. They look exactly like New York, and there's different levels, and she's from reflection 3 and is really from reflection 2. Then in reflection 2, she finds out there's this world, and there's these people with powers, and this guy who's trying to take over the light versus the darkness. It's cool. Trust me. I really liked it. So overall, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let me tell you why. I'll start with the things that I didn't like, just because there was not a lot of them, but some of them irked me. One of the things I didn't like about this book was really minuscule, and it was just tiny. There's a scene in here that has to do with a theater, and they break in to the theater. It's no spoilers, I promise. You'll get to it, it's fine. But Josh is like, I got the keys from the stage manager, and they break in, and I'm sorry, as a stage manager, you would never give your keys to a friend, especially to a big theater like this one that they're talking about. That would never, ever, ever happen. That's just on like a personal, like, oh my god, I'd get fired if I gave my keys to somebody. P.S. Why didn't they pass the doorman? Anyway. The other thing that I struggled with was some of Elle's language. She related a lot of things to New York City, like big landmarks in New York City, and like one time it happened like 4 on one page, and I was like, okay, we get it, you're from NYC, but it just kind of took me out of it a little bit because I was like, I don't think a lot of New Yorkers talk like this. She would like, you know, say something was as big as Carnegie Hall, or like said hot dog stand. It just was a lot of like New York cliches, and especially like all in one chunk, and I was like, okay, I don't think anybody talks like that, so it kind of pulled me out a little bit. Other thing that I struggled with was that at first, this world is kind of confusing. There's a lot of terminology, which is great, and once you get into it, it makes more sense, but at first I was like, wait, who's who and what's going on now? We have powers now, and there's like things, people are tied, there's kisses, magic, what? I was confused at certain points with this world, and because Sara Ella very tastefully chooses to show it to you slowly, which at times was a frustration, but I understand it because she didn't want to shove it all at once as like an expositional thing, makes total sense to me. But I struggled because I was like, I need a little bit more information, and like I struggled with the motivation as to why certain characters were holding out so much on Elle, because like Elle was with you on this journey of slowly but surely figuring out what was going on, and I was just like, I don't understand why this is taking so long, but as a writer I understand why it's taking so long, but as a reader I was just impatient. I was like, I really need to figure out more of this because I'm really confused. Things that I did like about this book was the world. I really enjoyed the world. It was something that I thought was creative and interesting, and I really want to know more about the other reflections. I really want to know more about these powers that these people possess. They call them callings, but I was like, yes, I'm a sucker for people with like magical superhero-esque powers. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really interesting, and like I said, I really am looking forward to the other 2 books in the series and hoping that Sara Ella explores more of this world. Additionally, I liked the characters. I grew myself liking Kai more. I think I'm definitely Team Kai over Team Joshua, but there's a lot of reasons for that. I won't go into them because spoilers. There was a love triangle in here, but it didn't make me vomit. I was okay with that. I was like, alright, this love triangle is actually not terrible. And then Sara Ella, like at the end, wove them all together in a way that I was just like, what is happening? it was so crazy intense. I was like, I don't understand. They were just jaw-dropping of what? So, love triangle didn't make me sick, which is a huge plus. I actually really liked Elle. I thought her coming of age to self-confidence was really interesting as well. I liked, again, a lot of the side characters, too. She goes on this journey with, like, this band of people, and I really liked the band of people. I actually thought the villain was super cool, too. I want to know more about him, because he was interesting. There's only one character that I didn't quite understand, was Quinn's role in all of it. I could have done without her, but that's okay. In terms of actual writing, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I thought we got into Elle's head because it is a first-person perspective, so I enjoyed getting to know more about her. I thought it was very realistic in the way that she would kind of like step out and make sarcastic comments. I also read it in like 2 days. Partially because that was because I wanted to read it before book battles, but also because I really couldn't put it down. Like, I was engrossed. I really enjoyed it. Also, just, there's so many musical theater and movie references I wanted to, like, scream. Also, the chapter titles are references to things, so keep an eye out for that. Well done, Sara Ella. I pretty much caught, I think, 98% of them, so I felt really smart and like an insider on it. Oh yes, please read Unblemished by Sara Ella. It comes out October 11th. It's a great YA read. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys too. Thank you so much, Sara Ella, for sending me a copy. I will advocate this till the cows come home, because it's good, and it's worth your time. I promise. Have any questions about this? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you guys more. As always, until next time, guys, bye! Unblemished centers around this girl named Eliana. Let's get it right.